If you're wondering why my bed doesn't have sheets, it's because it's wash day and I am cleaning the whole house. So usually I wash my bedclothes. It's a southern thing, don't judge me. I wash my bedclothes once a week. So I'm washing my comforter, my sheets, and my pillowcases, and then I'll do towels and then my laundry. But anyway, let me tell you about being a Black creative. I have a bachelor's in radio and television, and I have a master's in mass communications and media management. So I found myself like, what do I do with all this creative energy? Started working at a hotel, did that for 3 years. That didn't work out. And then after that, I worked on cruise ships for 4 years. So after I got off cruise ships, my big sister told me to go to grad school. And I'm like, okay, well, let's go to grad school. So I go to grad school, I get my master's, and that did give me the opportunity to teach. So I am teaching right now. I teach digital photography and Photoshop. But the thing about teaching is I don't teach something that's mine. Like, it's not my art. I did not invent the camera, and I don't make cameras. So as a creative and being a Black person, it is hard to find your outlet because this territory is unprecedented, really. Like, there are, especially in my family, my family's from Mississippi. There's nobody in my family. There's no one in my family who's an artist, who's like a singer, or who's making a living with their art. I had a cousin who did. I had a cousin who was a musical director on cruise ships because he is very artistic and he plays the piano and he can hear, you know, when somebody's off, and he can just make the sound come together. But then he stepped out of that and now he does like IT work, and his wife is I think she's a physician's assistant, or she's an occupational therapist. So that's the life they live now, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I don't want a standard career where somebody else is telling me what to do. I want to make a life out of the things that I can do. And the reason I'm making this video is because last night I was talking to my friend Kiba, and she was saying, I was telling her that the struggle I'm having right now is not being able to take the things from my head and put it in reality. You know, like, I have these great concepts, I have these great ideas, they're thought out, they're written down, they're planned out, but the implementation is where I'm lacking, and it's so hard because the product or the service that I'm trying to sell is me. The reason I'm wearing this shirt right now is because I just had an audition. I had a taped audition. I had to videotape myself saying these lines and send them to my agent. And I really love being in front of the camera. I like acting. I like the commercials that I'm in. I'm in a few, and I really enjoy that. So that does give me that outlet, but I want to build from there. It's like, I want to make myself the face of this one thing, and it's just so hard for me to wrap my head around what is stopping me from getting from here, because I consider myself a really smart person. I have a high IQ, have a vast vocabulary, I have a master's degree. I actually have 3 degrees. I have an associate's, a bachelor's, and a master's. And eventually, when I get the money, I will go back and get my PhD. But right now, right now in my life, I am struggling with, I hate to say monetize, but that's what it is. I'm trying to monetize my art, because that's what creatives are doing. Like, if you have $1 million or you have an estate and you just want to be an artist and create, like, you can do that. And I would do that. If all of my bills were taken care of, I would just make videos all day because I would have nothing else to do. But that's not the reality. I have to pay rent and I have to pay car insurance, and the money I make currently barely takes care of those things. And there's other things that I can do to make money, but I don't want to do those things. I want to make money off my art form, off my art, and just sustain a way of living from that. So there's so many things that I want to do, and it's just like, it's suffocating. It's arresting. It's like, my heart is in a vice because I just can't. It's like something around my throat. I feel like I'm choking. I am choking right now. Like, there's a lump in my throat right now because I want to cry, but I'm not going to cry. But it's just so hard to get over that hump. And my friend was telling me that, you know, it's in God's time and it's in God's plan, and He has given us the tools and everything we need to be successful. And there's ample money in the world and ample opportunities and ample success that He God wants that for us. He wants that for his children, and he's given us the tools to do it, and we will have it. I have to believe that I will have the life that God wants for me. And I really feel in my heart that there's something in me that God wants me to share with the world. I acknowledge that I'm good at creating experiences. The event planner is not the way for me because it's the idea of the event being the way somebody else wants it to go. So an event planner is actually an executioner job. You take somebody's vision and you try to execute it in the best way possible, or the best way you can, in order to match what their vision is. But when I create my own experiences, I am executing my own vision, okay? And I don't have anybody telling me you didn't do this right, or this doesn't have enough flowers, and where's my, dessert table or whatever. Nope, it's all me. Another thing about being a Black creative, there are no mentors. Like, there's nobody I can call and be like, oh, so you're a creative in this space. I guess there's, Issa Rae and Shonda Rhimes and all of those great people, but Ava DuVernay, but they make scripted, they tell stories. I am my own storyteller because I'm telling my own stories. I'm telling my own experiences, and I want to share that with people. And that probably doesn't even make sense. Does that sound? Nope, it doesn't make sense, does it? That's how I feel all the time. Like in my head, I'm like, oh my God, nothing that I want to do, that I think about, and how it happens, or how I'm doing it, or how I can do it, just doesn't make sense. So I'm trying to get as much inspiration as possible. If you guys know anything that can help me kind of find my motivation, my mojo, it's not necessarily a lack of focus. Like, I know what I want to do. It's just the get up and go part. It's just like I need help streamlining. Oh God, I need help streamlining how to get from pen and paper to reality. And I need help, so I'm asking you guys for help. I'm really open and honest with where I am in life and who I am in life. So that's it.